Good afternoon and a warm welcome to Mead Sports Hall here at the University of Brighton. My name is Noah Mitchell and I'll be guiding you through today's basketball clash between Brighton and Portsmouth. This is the penultimate game of the season for both sides, with the Panthers needing a big win in order to keep their slim title hopes alive at the expense of rival Sussex. Meanwhile, Portsmouth have their own battle at the other end of the table and would love 3 points in their fight to avoid relegation. However, Portsmouth know just how difficult that task would be after they were heavily defeated 96-50 in a reverse fixture just last month. The home side will be buoyed by that win, but know that they can take nothing for granted heading into the game today. And earlier this week, I caught up with Brighton guard Shane McDonald to discuss what the title would mean to them.
Brighton have made this big push of becoming a good sports performance programme, and if we were to win this year, that it will show a change in the tide and that we can become better and we can become a university that attracts all this really good sport potential.
So the Panthers are in high spirits, but can Portsmouth cause a surprise this afternoon? Let's find out. So the game got underway in Mead Sports Hall with this tip-off, with Brighton in gold and Portsmouth in purple. And it was the home side who started off stronger. Jesse Gowan missed his free throw, but on the rebound he was able to find GT Onosorhu, who sunk the game's first three-pointer for the Panthers, much to the delight of his teammates on the bench. Portsmouth looked to respond with one of their own, however this effort from guard Jaden Dwight hit the rim and bounced out. Brighton looked to stretch their lead and did so thanks to this lovely dribble and delicate shot from Marley Harris. Portsmouth continued to try their luck but struggled converting chances, Dwight again missing from three-point range. However, they were successful with this free throw here as Portsmouth tried to stay within reach of Brighton. And on the final play of the half, Mustafa Kasaga came close with his buzzer beater, but Brighton were in a commanding position at half-time, leading 48-15. Coach Johnny Phillips with a big team talk ahead of the second half, and they looked to reduce the deficit, but Josh Chiswell missed his shot. And from then on, Brighton played with confidence. Firstly, the Panthers moved the ball around the court before Kieran Allen hit the swish for another 3 points. Then Jamie Houser added two more with a nice layup. The Panthers were really asserting their dominance, with the scoreline reflecting the league table. This time it was Javonio Rigby who breezed past the Portsmouth defence and sunk in the layup despite being fouled in the process. And in the final play of the game, Kasaga again tried his luck from distance, just like in the first half. And history repeated itself, with the shot coming agonisingly close to going in. He was, however, fouled in the build-up, which gave him the opportunity to still add to the scoreline. Kasaga dusted himself off to take the free throws, scoring the first two, but missing the final one. It didn't matter though, as Brighton claimed victory. Full time, Brighton 87, Portsmouth 30. So a destructive win for Brighton, and I caught up with Coach Dan Riley to get his thoughts on the victory.
It's a great victory. To hold a team to 30 points is very rare in basketball, so we'll revel in that for a little bit, but then next week we've got the same thing against St Mary's and then preparing for varsity. In the last game we were very complacent towards the end of the game, and then we could have killed it off early. I know it was still a big victory, but we could have done a lot better, and I think today we left everything out on the court. We couldn't have asked for much more, so it was really good from the boys today.
I also asked Riley to reflect on the season as a whole, as this victory effectively secured a top 2 finish in the league.
At the start of our season, our aims were to finish top 2, and we've succeeded in that now. So our other aim for the season was a deep cup run, which we didn't get unfortunately, but the last one was for varsity win. So that's the last thing. If we can do that, then we tick 2 out of our 3 off for our achievements.
Meanwhile, Portsmouth coach Johnny Phillips was full of praise for the opposition and looked at the positives despite the defeat.
A really good side. They play very tough defence. Their coach has got them on strings doing the right thing. So they're a very tough side, and yeah, where we struggle to find good looks and make open shots, it's always going to be difficult for them. The scoreline is just about small wins. But I think today, although we lost by 57 points, which is a lot in a basketball game, there were times and moments in this game where we looked very good defensively, and there's a lot we can take it to the next one.
The match here at Falmouth was the only game played in the league today, so the table remains largely similar, with Portsmouth now perilously looking over their shoulder. Both sides play the final Bucks games next week, but for now, thank you for watching and we'll see you later.